The Silent Monk and the Path to Mindfulness. In a secluded monastery nestled high in the Himalayan mountains, there lived a monk named Tenzin. He had devoted his life to mindfulness and meditation, following the ancient traditions passed down through generations. His days were simple: waking up before dawn, meditating, chanting, and performing daily chores in complete awareness. Yet, his journey to inner peace had not always been easy. The search for stillness. Years ago, before he became a monk, Tenzin was a restless young man, constantly seeking happiness in the material world. He had wealth, friends, and success, yet an emptiness lingered within him. One day, he encountered an old monk who sat quietly by a river, his presence radiating peace. Curious, Tenzin asked, "What is the secret to happiness?" The monk simply smiled and said, "Stillness." Intrigued but confused, Tenzin pressed further. "How do I find stillness?" The monk pointed to the river. "Sit and watch the water. You will find the answer." Determined, Tenzin sat by the river for hours, watching the water flow. At first, his mind was restless, filled with thoughts of the past and worries about the future. But as time passed, he noticed the river never resisted, it simply flowed. That night, he made a decision: he would leave behind his old life and seek the wisdom of the monks. The practice of mindfulness. At the monastery, Tenzin was taught the ancient practice of anapanasati, mindful breathing. His master instructed him, "Focus on your breath. Feel the air entering your nose, filling your lungs, and leaving your body. When thoughts arise, observe them, then return to your breath." At first, it was difficult. His mind wandered constantly. "This is pointless," he thought. But his master reassured him, "Like taming a wild horse, the mind takes time to settle." Slowly, Tenzin began to notice a shift. The more he focused on his breath, the calmer his mind became. He realized that most of his suffering came not from the outside world, but from within his own thoughts and attachments. The challenge of silence. One day, the monks observed noble silence, a week-long retreat where no one spoke. Without distractions, Tenzin faced his own thoughts like never before. Old memories resurfaced, emotions stirred, fears arose. But instead of running from them, he simply observed. By the third day, something remarkable happened. His mind, which had been a storm of worries and doubts, began to settle. He noticed the beauty in simple things: the sound of birds, the warmth of the sun, the feeling of his footsteps against the ground. For the first time, he truly lived in the present moment. The test of compassion. One winter, a starving traveler arrived at the monastery, weak and shivering. The monks took him in, giving him food and shelter. Tenzin sat beside him, offering comfort. He remembered another teaching, Metta Bhavana, the meditation of loving kindness. He closed his eyes and silently repeated, "May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. May you find peace." A deep warmth filled his heart. For the first time, he understood true compassion not just as an idea, but as a feeling that connected all beings. The river within. Years passed, and Tenzin became a revered teacher. One day, a troubled young man approached him the same way he had once approached the old monk by the river. "Master, what is the secret to happiness?" Tenzin smiled and pointed to a nearby stream. Sit and watch the water. You will find the answer. As the young man walked away, Tenzin closed his eyes, listening to the wind. His heart was as still as the river within him. He had found peace not outside, but inside himself. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content on stories. See you next time.